A very good morning to all and one present here and all the people who've just joined in to watch us sharp at 9 a.m. You know, habits die hard from the ball's love. So, welcome, hello, Sat Sri Akal, Namaste, and good morning to all the viewers. This is 3BL Season 3 and this is the final day. Today, it's going to be a heck of a morning and a heck of an evening. You don't want to miss anything today. Today, we're going to have the knockouts, that is the semi-finals for the Women's League. And this is day 2 of round 6. And I wholeheartedly welcome all of you for watching this and being with us for such a long time. It's almost been 3 weeks now, and it's just like a family. That's the bonding like. Before we begin the day today, let me thank all the sponsors who have been on board with us for 3BL Season 3, starting with our hospitality and venue partner, Wyndham Chandigarh Mohali, radio partner, MyFM 94.3, apparel partner, Nivea, energy drink partner, Red Bull, medical partner, Fortis Hospitals Mohali, name partner, Boxer Singh Sports Worldwide Pvt Ltd. Special thanks to BFI and FIBA for all the officials and the referees. Our event partner, Creatives Marketing Solution Pvt Ltd. Thank you all for being on board with us. And I think they deserve a round of applause. So everybody present here, can you please give the sponsors a big round of applause? Also, all the people who've been behind the scene, my camera crew, the production, all the security, the bouncers, the music, the light, the sound, everybody, thank you so much for being on board with us. It is now time, ladies and gentlemen, to bring out the teams who are playing the semi-finals for the championship. That means it is time to clinch the 3BL Season 3 title. And we're going to have the knockouts, the semi-finals 1, semi-final 2 of Women's League, and then the most important finals. Let's bring out semi-final number 1 teams. Put your hands together, everybody, and please welcome Team Kochi Stars. All 4 of you here, all 4 of you, please stay and don't leave. That's Team Kochi Stars, and playing against Team Kochi Stars in semi-final number 1 of Women's League Championship for 3BL Season 3. Put your hands together and please welcome from the Pink City, Team Jaipur Regals. All 4 of you here, please. This is the 2 teams playing the semi-final 1 for the championship, ladies and gentlemen. And it's toss time for semi-final number 1. Can I please have the captains alongside me? Black or gold is the call. Who's calling? Kochi Stars has called for gold. Black it is. Jaipur Eagles win the toss at the semi-final and will take the ball. This is going to be a heck of a morning. Good morning, Aparna. Back to you in the commentary box. Let's take this semi-final ahead.
Good morning, Rishi, and what a start. And in fact, it is hopefully going to be a spectacular finish as well. Kochi Stars will be represented by number 6, Steffi the Albatross Nixon, number 5, Kanishka Dir, number 77, Divyani Gangwal, and number 10, Vandana Arya. Facing up against them is Jaipur Regals, number 15, Anita, the annihilator Paul Durai, number 10, Lekana Hegde, number 8, Nishita Dadich, number 9, Shaili Upadhyay. And 5 superb rounds have passed. This is the 6th and penultimate round. The last 2 semi-finals that we are ever going to see this season, the women have rallied around and played amidst hot, windy conditions and ensured that they put out quite the performance for us. And today is the start of what is going to roll close to a finish. So semi-final 1 between 2-round champions, Kochi Stars. 1 round, they have also picked up the runners-up check. And Jaipur Regals finding themselves in a new position here. And they are hoping to dethrone the Kochi Stars and make their first final. Let's see what's going to happen. The Jaipur Regals are also a determined lot. These teams are both wearing pink jerseys. But trust me, I'll try to make your lives a bit easier. The light pink ones are the Kochi Stars and the bright pink ones. is India's first and only 3x3 Pro Basketball League. So they have provided a fantastic platform for these youngsters to showcase their talent and also act as a feeder system to India's 3x3 program. Through their tryouts, they have unearthed a lot of little gems who have been able to come here and present to the world what they can do. First possession with the Jaipur Regals, and Lekna almost losing it, gets it back, but that is a shot clock violation there. Kanishka Dir for the Kochi Stars. Rebound pulled down by Nishita. Nishita out to Anita. Anita to Lekna. Lekna for a 2. Misses it. Steffi with the rebound. Hustled on the defense by Nishita and Lekna. But this time it's Divyani who picks up the first point for her team with a spot-up jumper. Anita using the screen set by Nishita, and one off the glass. That is the Regals off to a start as well. Both teams have one apiece, finding Steffi inside, and Steffi is double teamed by Nishita and Lekna. A foul has been called. That's the first foul that the Kochi Stars have encountered. The Regals have conceded that one and made sure that Steffi will go to the free throw line. She makes it the second point for the Kochi Stars. Nishita tries to drive inside, kicks it out to Lekna. Lekna for a 2. Misses it. Yesterday Lekna had hot hands and she was able to sink quite a few 2s, making it big for the Regals and ensuring that they reach this stage. Hopefully she can find her magic today as well. 8:55 on the clock. Anita, a jumper for her, in and out, once again picks up a rebound and off the glass as a second point for the Regals. Steffi hustled on the defense, but Divyani to the hoop. Drills that one in, so she gets 3 points for her team. Spins, turns, that's Steffi. Adding another to her total, team's total. They have 4 and trailing by 2 are the Regals. Now Shaili Upadhyay, unchallenged. Divyani Gangwal for the Kochi Stars. Divyani. Another jumper for Divyani. She's already racked up 4 points for her team. And this is Anita losing the ball. 8 minutes 9 on the clock. That's an air ball for her. And finding the open man, Kanishka Dir, who gets it, sinks it. 7th point for them. In reply, the Jaipur Regals have their 3rd point. Hustling under the board for the ball and giving it out to Lekna. Lekna for a 2. That's 2 points for the Regals. They keep it within 1 and keep it within striking distance. Can Lekna replicate what she did yesterday? If she does, it will be a lot easier for the Regals to try and pull off a victory here and make it to their maiden final. Lekhna once again. In and out it goes. Ball rebounded by Nishita and tries to put one up off the glass, but she's fouled in the process, which means she is going to go to the free throw line. Nishita Dadic. Yes, that one's good. They level scores 6 apiece. And Divyani Gangwal in and out. Steps back for a 2. Rebound pulled down by Nishita. Nishita will bring it out, gives it to Shaili. Shaili tries to take it inside and finds the open man in Nishita. And Nishita nails that. First lead in the game for the Regals. That's Steffi who's fouled. So Steffi will go to the free throw line. And that's a timeout. 6 minutes 53 on the clock. Regals are up by 1. Conceded 2 fouls versus Kochi's 1 foul. Steffi for a free throw now. Missing it, and the ball rebounded by Anita. Anita drops it to Nishita. Nishita back again to Lekhna. Lekhna out to Nishita. Takes it inside. A tough one. Couldn't make it. But Lekhna is there to turn around and drop in a jumper. Pick up the 8th point for the Regals. That's Lekhna Hegde. Finding the open man, Steffi with that sweet assist to Kanishka Der, who manages to put one in for them, giving them the 7th point. Lekhna. Anita spinning, turning, drops it to Nishita. Nishita in and out, trying to find the open man and Anita, but that is a shot clock violation. Great defensive efforts by the Kochi Stars. Both teams have 8 apiece, 5:56 on the clock. A quick change for the Regals. Nishita will step out, and checking in for her is Shaili. Divyani to Steffi. Steffi spots up for a jumper. Shaili with the rebound. Gives it to Lekhna. Lekhna, unchallenged, takes a 2. And yes, this one's good as well. That's a 10th point for the Regals. Divyani finding the open man in Steffi. Steffi off the glass. Picks up 1. Spinning, cutting, splitting the defense. But she couldn't make that. Vandana Arya to Steffi. And the ball hustled and taken by the Regals. Anita Poldure for a 2. In and out it goes. Divyani Gangwal with the rebound and finding the open man. Steffi there. Steffi didn't make it. Hustling defense there. Now Divyani Gangwal's opportunity to sink a 2, but hits the front ring and gets back. Ball saved by Vandana for the Kochi Stars. Spinning, turning. Steffi not able to make that. 4 minutes 58 on the clock. Jaipur Regals have a slender lead of 10, but can Steffi equalize? We'll have to see. And she does. Picks up the 10th point. Leveling scores again. Shaili. Back again to Nishita. Shaili to the hoop. And she's blocked by Kanishka. Divyani all the way to the hoop, makes that one. The 11th point for the Stars, but this time Anita with the ball for the Jaipur Regals. She loses the ball there. Good defensive hustle by Steffi and Divyani. The Stars are up by 1. Lekhna for a 2. Anita with the rebound. Turns, spins. In traffic. That's Lekhna Hegde adding 1. The 11th point, leveling scores. The Regals are making sure that they are going tooth and nail, fighting tooth and nail. The Kochi Stars have been the most consistent team, one of the most consistent teams so far in this league. But the Jaipur Regals have found their groove in the last round and have just begun performing, and they are banking on that to see them through to a maiden final. But can they do it? There's just 4 minutes and odd remaining on the clock. Spinning, turning. That's Lekhna attempting a 2. Steffi pulls down the rebound, gives it to Divyani. Divyani. Yes, that one's good for Divyani. She's had a big game for the Stars. And she's been a very quiet worker for them. And this is Anita Poldare missing that. Something that it's very uncharacteristic of her to miss, but that's what happened. 3 minutes 48 on the clock. The Stars lead by 1. Lekhna back again to Shaili. Shaili loses the ball. Good defensive hustle there by Kanishka Dir. Steffi puts one off the glass. That's the 12th point for the Stars. Shaili drops it to Nishita. Nishita to Lekhna. Lekhna dropping it back to Nishita. Nishita for a jumper. Lekhna with the rebound. Spotting up for a 2. No, this is not the ideal attempt there because Kanishka was there to get a piece of that. Three minutes 15 on the clock and the Stars have a 2-point lead. Jaipur Regals have kind of stopped scoring after the 11th point. They've had a drought for over a couple of minutes now. They'll have to remedy that and make sure that they keep the scoreboard ticking in their favor, or their dreams of making it to the maiden final will be over in a short time, a little over 3 minutes. Anita dropping it inside. Too deep a pass. Lekhna was nowhere in the vicinity, or nor would she have been able to pick that up easily. Kochi Stars ball. Divyani will begin the play. Spotting up, pulling up for a jumper, hits the front of the ring, gets it back is Anita. Anita attempting a long 2, she couldn't make it. Once again the Kochi Stars have it, dropping it inside to Steffi. Steffi turns, spins and picks up her own rebound and another opportunity to score off the glass. She picks up the 14th point for the Stars. She's staying hungry in the paint and that's how it should be. Lekhna all the way in, missing it. Steffi pulls down the rebound. Another opportunity for Steffi. Second opportunity is good. The 15th point for the Stars. Kanishka Dir spotting up for a jumper. Steffi almost has a rebound, but Nishita is quick to kick it out to Lekna. Lekna unable to make it. Kanishka Dir with the ball for the Kochi Stars, gives it to Divyani. Divyani spins, turns. 2 minutes 14 on the clock. Trailing by 4. The Regals must do something about it, or they are going to find themselves packing up their bags from this season and round. Ball is out of bounds. 2 minutes and 2 on the clock. A quick flurry of twos is what the Regals need right now to boost their scores up quickly. Hits the front of the ring and out. Divyani splitting the defense and all the way to the hoop, sinking that one. That's a 16 point for them. Looks like they are going to walk away with this victory if they don't do something quickly enough. This time it's Nishita who was fouled, and Nishita will go to the free throw line. That came off Kanishka Dir. Missing it. Divyani with the rebound and out to Vandana Arya. Vandana for 2. Divyani pulls down the rebound for the Stars. Vandana once again. Another opportunity for Kanishka though. Then this one Kanishka makes, giving them the 17th point. Lekna with the ball. Nishita. Anita fouled, and she will go to the free throw line. She makes it. They still trail by 5 points and have a minute and 16 remaining on the clock. Anita sinks the other one. Two more. They still have 4 points to catch up with. A couple of twos would do the trick, but is it going to be that easy to launch them and sink them? We'll have to see. This time Steffi is hustled under the paint, and she will go to the free throw line. It's an air ball. The Stars have 19 points to their credit now. This game is as good as done. Kochi Stars will find themselves en route to the final, and this time it is going to be their 5th final. Lekna with the ball. to Anita. Anita for a 2. It's the front of the ring. Divyani has the ball for the Kochi Stars. Just about 12 seconds remaining on the clock. They just have to hold out this possession or make an attempt. That's all it takes. And this one is good. That's 21-13 is the final score. Divyani Gangwal has made it a habit of pulling down these buzzer shots and sinking them. With 4 seconds left on the clock, they have iced this game. Kochi Stars have beaten Jaipur Regals 21-13 and will make their entrance into the final. The 5th final for them. It was only in round 5 that they missed making it to the final, but they have remedied the situation quickly and made sure they are going to go to their 5th final. And the final score is Kochi Stars have beaten Jaipur Regals 21-13 and will make their way into the final. And the next semi-final is going to be played between Delhi Divas and Ludhiana Queens. Now let's go over to Rishi. He's ready to invite both the teams.
Well, that was the semi-final number 1 for the Women's League Championship here at 3BL Season 3. It is time to clinch the titles now. Take back home memories and some trophies. And do that, Kochi Stars have entered the finals of 3BL Season 3 for the Women's League. And it is now time for semi-final number 2. And let's see who makes it to the finals from these two teams. Bring it out. The first team, the champions, put your hands together for all the last round. Team Delhi Divas. All 4 of you here. All 4 of you. That is Team Delhi Divas. And playing against Team Delhi Divas, please put your hands together and welcome Team Ludhiana Queens. Team Ludhiana Queens playing against Team Delhi Divas. This is semi-final number 2 for the championship. So, the team that loses goes back home with a dream. And it's going to be next season for them. It is time for the toss at the semi-final number 2. Can I please request the captains? Good luck. Good morning. Who's calling? Gold is the call as usual. Gold it is as usual for Delhi Divas. They win the toss for the semi-final number 2 and take it back, Aparna. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Rishi. And Delhi Divas, probably the most successful team this league, having pulled off 3 victories and one runners-up check, are represented by number 15, Kushi Alawat, number 10, Ishika Chowdhury, number 6, Raspreet the Fox Sidhu, number 3, Tavleen Kaur Bandal. And they will be playing off and squaring off against Ludhiana Queens. Kavya Singla, number 9, Kritika Dingra, number 94, Kanika Singh Rajawat, and number 4, Priya Goswami. Of course, Anmol Preet Pannu is there with them in spirit all the way from Japan and showing her love to her team and the league. She will be missed. And this is another opportunity for the Ludhiana Queens to make it to the finals. In fact, in the 5th round, they did square off against Delhi Divas in the final, but Delhi Divas got the better of them. Can they remedy the situation over here and put themselves back in the finals? Having beaten Delhi remains to be seen, but let's wait and watch. This is a second semi-final of 3x3 BL's round 6 of Women's League 2022. Taking the court for Delhi, Raspreet, Ishika and Kushi, and Kritika Dingra, Priya Goswami and Kavya for Ludhiana Queens. Ishika drops it to Raspreet, and Raspreet spots up for a jumper. And yes, the first one is good for Raspreet the Fox. Kavya pulls down, takes down a rebound, and this time Raspreet gives it to Ishika. Ishika takes it all the way to the hoop. Kavya back to Priya Goswami. Kritika drops it inside to Priya, and off the glass she goes, adding 1 to the Ludhiana Queens. Ishika going off a screen set by Kushi. Back again to Raspreet, who's waiting in the perimeter to sink that, and she does. That's the first 2-pointer in the game. Both the baskets have come off Raspreet's attempts. That's 3 points to the Delhi Divas, while the Ludhiana Queens have put up 1 on the board. This time, Kavya is hustled on the defense there by Kushi. But it looks like Kavya is having an issue with the left knee. Hopefully, she's all right and will continue with the game. Just trying to walk it off, but no, she is going to go to the bench and sit out for a bit. Kanika Singh Rajawat comes. Barely a minute into the game, and Kavya is in a bit of discomfort. Raspreet pulls up, spots up for a jumper. In and out it goes. Tavleen Kaur Bandal comes in and picks up the rebound, tries to put it back, but the ball is out of bounds. 8:51 on the clock. Kushi spins, turns, couldn't make it. Once again the ball is out of bounds. Kushi will sit out for a bit and Ishika comes in. Kritika back out to Kanika, Priya Goswami. loses the ball to Ishika. Ishika back to Tavleen. Tavleen to Rasprit. Rasprit to the hoop. Oh yes, the fourth point for the Divas is also from Rasprit. Priya drops it. That's Kanika who drops it inside to Priya, but the ball has been taken away by Ishika. Rasprit drops it to Tavleen. Tavleen for a jumper. Yes, that one's good. The fifth point for them. The Ludhiana Queens are struggling to score at this point in time. A hook shot there. Rasprit, unchallenged. Tavleen picks it up and puts it off the glass. Picks up the sixth point for the Divas. Kanika Rajawat to Priya. She loses the ball to Rasprit. Rasprit to Tavleen. And yes, nice assist and a good finish by the Delhi Divas. Priya Goswami drops it to Kanika. Rasprit is on her. Once again kicks it out. This is Kritika who spots up for a jumper. Couldn't make it. Ishika with the rebound and out to Rasprit. Rasprit for a 2. An air ball. Kanika has the ball with her now for the Queens. Ball intercepted by Ishika. Ishika to Rasprit. And the 8th point for the Divas. The Queens are struggling. 7 minutes and 8 on the clock. Kritika Dhingra to the hoop. And she's been blocked by Tavleen. And stepping out for a bit, Tavleen checks out and in comes Khushi Alawat. Kanika loses the ball. Now Rasprit has it for the Divas. Steps back out and a 2. That's the 10th point for the Divas. 7 of those points came from Rasprit. And this time Kritika Dhingra high off the glass in traffic for the Queens, picking up the 2nd point for them. Kanika. .625 on the clock, and that is a timeout. An 8-point lead already for the Delhi Divas. They look very comfortable. The points have been coming quite prolifically for the Delhi Divas, while the Queens have been struggling to put up those numbers on the board, and they've only picked up 2 points. One from Kritika and the initial point that came of Priya Goswami. Kavya has not been able to find herself in a good enough position. And here you can see Rasprit trying to wipe down her injured teammate Ishika. Great leadership on and off the floor. And that is Kritika Dhingra. That's an air ball. Ishika will penetrate inside off the glass. Not able to make it. Draws a foul. Ishika seems to have hurt her hand. And she's looking for a quick substitution there. And coming out for Delhi is Khushi, and in goes Tavleen. Kanika has come in place of Kritika for the Queens. That one is good. The 11th point for the Divas. Priya Goswami in traffic, but Rasprit gets the ball and she will bring it out. To Rasprit again. And one. And that's Kavya pulling down a rebound. Kanika with the long two, couldn't make it. Hustle there for the rebound. Tavleen is in the thick of things, as are Priya and Kanika for the ball. Raspreet drops it to Tavleen. Tavleen, yes, nails this. The 13th point. And the ball is out of bounds. And this is Khushi with the ball, gives it to Raspreet. Raspreet drops it inside to Tavleen, but that is a 3-second violation by Tavleen. Priya Sharma. My apologies, be Priya Goswami. This is Kavya picking up the 3rd point for the Queens. 10-point difference. 5 minutes and 10 remain. Ishika to Tavleen. Tavleen. And the shot counts on the buzzer. An air ball there. Ishika pulls it down, gives it to Tavleen, and out again to Raspreet. Raspreet for a 2. Oh yes! 16 points for the Delhi Divas. All they need is 5. A no-look pass which Raspreet intercepted for the Delhi Divas. Drops it inside to Tavleen. Tavleen turns outside and gives it to Ishika. Ishika with the jumper. That's a 17th point for the Divas. Kanika Singh Rajawat drops it to Kavya. Kavya turns around, tries to score. Not able to make it. 17 points for the Divas. See a section of the audience there. Ishika to Khushi. Gives it to Raspreet. And Raspreet for a 2. Kavya out to Kritika. Kritika, that extra pass to Priya Goswami when she could have attempted it herself, but that made her lose it. Spinning in traffic, that was an air ball. Ishika will sit out for a bit and Tavleen checks in. 3:53 on the clock. It's a timeout. A 14-point deficit is what the Queens are staring at with 3:53 on the clock. Is there anything they can do to chip this difference away? That should be the initiative at this point in time, because right now they're struggling to put up those points. Very, very low scoring performance from their end. Probably their lowest so far. Just 3 points ever since tip-off. This is not something they would have expected. This is not the Queens that played in round 5 in the final. In fact, they had a better touch yesterday when they qualified to play in the semi-final. Better performances. This is one of their, by far, one of their least scoring performances. They've not been able to put up any 2s. And the ones have come too far, too sporadically. Tavleen to Ishika. Back again to Raspreet. Raspreet for a 2. Oh yes, that's the 19th point for the Divas. All they need is 2 more to ice this game. Kritika Dhingra to the hoop. High off the glass and 1 for her. And that was completely off target. She's still not comfortable with the hands, and she is constantly trying to shake the pain off. It seems like it's a scaphoid injury. And that's Raspreet spotting up for a jumper, picks up 1 point. Very close to victory are the Delhi Divas. Enough time on the clock. Raspreet steps in, gives it to Ishika. Ishika out again to Raspreet. And this is the 2 that takes it away from the Ludhiana Queens. They make sure that the Ludhiana Queens end their title run prematurely. They only were able to pick up 4 points. 22-4 was the scoreline. Solid performance by Delhi. Very, very consistent performance, in fact, by Delhi. Deserved finalists. And they will be facing their nemesis, Kochi Stars. They have faced off against Kochi Stars in 4 different finals. And the final score, Delhi Divas have beaten Ludhiana Queens 22-4 and have walked into the finals once more. They will be facing off against the Kochi Stars. And we'll be back with you after a short break and bring you the finals when we come back in about 15 minutes.
It all started with a group of boys playing basketball. It all started with the passion they had for basketball. It all started with Mr. Rohit Bakshi wanted to do something for the country, wanted to do something for the kids who love sports but they don't have a platform to perform it for a longer run. So the vision started of making children play such a game which could make you a better human being, and it does physically and mentally. Seeing the talent in all parts of India, like be it south, be it north, when we saw that there is a talent but we are not aware of it, and there is much more than we think of, much more than we know of. I think bringing a sport like basketball is anyways a tough job, and bringing up a league and getting everybody together makes it much more difficult. Basketball is played more by boys, so it started with boys league. It didn't start with women's. Women's was introduced last season, and this is the second season for Women's League. Initially, we didn't have that much support we thought we would have, introducing something, telling what it is, and then convincing them to help our country, help our generation, help our kids. Joining hands with a private organization, doing anything like that, it takes a lot of time, it takes a lot of convincing. So that is a second milestone we achieved, getting that government bodies along with us. So first thing was that it was a new sport, nobody was aware of it. That was a big challenge, and today when we talk to people about game, they only know like 5-on-5. There are so many of them. We had to start with what is 3x3 and how it's played. So that's the first challenge we had to overcome, that create awareness about 3x3. Three words that come to my mind it would be quick, entertaining, and fast.
It was really hard. 2 years of COVID really made a lot of things difficult. But at the same time, it gave us a lot of time to plan. So we planned, we found what we shouldn't do, and then all the mistakes that we have made. So we took our time, we planned it really well. And now we are here in Chandigarh with our perfect setup. We started Women's League in 2019, and the purpose of starting was again take India to Olympic. Men's have a different ranking system, women's have a different ranking system, and to take India on Olympic, women's, because there is no such a league in basketball, even the 3x3 for women, I realized back in 2018 that there is a lot of opportunity for women. So that's why we have a league and grow the number of teams. So in next season, we will have 12 women's team. The difference between 3x3 and 5-on-5 is there are a lot of differences, such as, let me start with the timing. So in 3x3, we only have 10 minutes. In 5-on-5 is a 40 minutes game. In 5-on-5, they use 7-size ball, whereas in 3x3, we use 6-size ball with a 7-size weight. This actually makes a player to dribble better because of the grip, shoot better, pass better. Because of that, game is more engaging, there's a more score happening, so it becomes more entertaining. And 3x3 has a knockout. So the rule is either 10 minutes or 21 points, whichever comes first. And by the end of 10 minutes, whoever has the highest score wins, or 21 points under 10 minutes. And 3x3 does not have a personal foul compared to 5-on-5, but it has a team fouls. So in reality, in 3x3, you could foul as much as you want, but obviously that becomes a team's problem, not an individual problem. So you won't get eliminated by fouling too much. And as a player who has played both formats, I realize everything that you do in 3x3 is a lot faster than 5-on-5. Starting with the playing, even with a refereeship, and also the camera work. So the structure is, in the men's team, we have 12 teams in men's. We have divided into two groups of Conference A and Conference B. Now, day 1 is a Conference A, day 2 is a Conference B. Each conference is divided in 6 teams, and the 6 teams are divided into 2 groups of 3. They have a league matches, they play within their group, and the top 2 teams goes to semi-final and the final. Each round and each conference has a champion. Those are counted as a FIBA points, and as well as we give them a team 3BL points. At the end of round 5, whoever has the highest point and highest ranking will be allocated to round 6, which is our final. The final round is going to be combined of all 12 teams. This would be 3 teams divided into 4 groups, and they will play with each other. Top 2 teams will go to the day 2. Top 8 teams, starting from a quarterfinal, they will play as a knockout. So it will be a league round robin on the day 1 on the final, and the knockout on the day 2. And we'll decide a league champion and a league MVP.
The basketball rules very clearly state that if a player is having the ball in their hands, and if a defensive player strikes the hand of the player who is holding the ball, this is not a foul. So players in their anxiety try to claim for a foul so that they don't want to lose a very crucial possession. I'll repeat this once again. If a player is holding a ball and a defensive player strikes the hand of the player, the palm which is holding the ball, this is not a foul. But players tend to claim a foul because if they have lost possession, they would like to get the ball in their for them, in their favor. The hand checking was definitely there, but then at that time the ball was not in the hands of the player. So this is what a player should be able to judge, at what time the contact occurred, and by that contact whether any advantage situation has been got by their opponents. Players have to play their game naturally. they should try to avoid trying to claim a foul, because like I said, that there are contacts, but every contact cannot be called a foul. So if a player is definitely moving towards the basket, the progression is towards the basket, and there is an obstruction, there is an advantage which is got by the player who is not permitting an opponent, an offensive player with the ball going towards the basket, this will definitely be called a foul. So this is where a player has to be able to identify whether they are right in claiming a foul. I do agree, because every player in their anxiety would like that the decision comes in their favor. But then we as referees, we play a neutral role. We identify those situations which need to be compulsory called as a foul, so that the flow of the game is not interrupted. No team gets an advantage. No player is at a disadvantage. So this is what is the focus on which we will be doing our officiating in the remaining part of the event also.
It all started with a group of boys playing basketball. It all started with the passion they had for basketball. It all started with Mr. Rohit Bakshi wanted to do something for the country, wanted to do something for the kids who love sports but they don't have a platform to perform it for a longer run. So the vision started of making children play such a game which could make you a better human being, and it does physically and mentally. Seeing the talent in all parts of India, like be it south, be it north, when we saw that there is a talent but we are not aware of it, and there is much more than we think of, much more than we know of. I think bringing a sport like basketball is anyways a tough job, and bringing up a league and getting everybody together makes it much more difficult. Basketball is played more by boys, so it started with boys league. It didn't start with women's. Women's was introduced last season, and this is the second season for women's league. Initially we didn't have that much support we thought we would have, introducing something, telling what it is, and then convincing them, then help our country, help our generation, help our kids. Joining hands with a private organization, doing anything like that, it takes a lot of time, it takes a lot of convincing. So that is a second milestone we achieved, getting that government bodies along with us. So first thing was that it was a new sport, nobody was aware of it. That was a big challenge, and today when we talk to people about game, they only know like 5-on-5. There are so many of them. We had to start with what is 3x3 and how it's played. So that's the first challenge we had to overcome, that create awareness about 3x3. 3 words that come to my mind, it would be quick, entertaining, and fast.
Welcome back, all the viewers and ladies and gentlemen. This, what you see, is the beauty that this finals is about. This is the Women's League, and it is time for the finals. And they are all playing to take this baby home. This is the trophy of 3BL Season 3, and the champions will get a chance to put their hands on it. Let's see who takes it home. It is now time for the finals of the Women's League here at 3BL Season 3, and I cannot be more excited than what it looks like, because all it comes down to this. The two teams who've made their through, the way is so hard. They've climbed up the ladder step by step, and they have made sure that they don't leave us unentertained. It is now time for the epic battle, the final clash. It is time for the finals of Women's League at 3BL Season 3. Can I have a big round of applause for all the players who played their best and the two teams who made it to the finals. Without wasting any time, let me invite the finalists of Women's League at 3BL Season 3 here on court. Put your hands together and please welcome Team Delhi Divas! This is the moment, this is the glory, this is what it all gets to. Team Delhi Divas, the finalists for Women's League 3BL Season 3, and playing against Team Delhi Divas. It's a clash of the North and the South. Put your hands together and welcome Team Kochi Stars! Now both the teams have played against each other throughout the rounds, in semi-finals, in finals. They're used to all of this, and this is where it all matters. It's the finals, and it is toss time for the finals of the Women's League. I wish both of you good luck, all the best. You know the drill. Who's calling? Delhi Divas has called for gold. And this is what happens in the final toss. Black it is. Kochi Stars win the toss for the Women's League final and will take the balls in the finals. I am super excited. Aparna, how about you?
I'm super excited as well, Rishi, and this is a moment that we've all been waiting for. The Delhi Divas, represented by number 15, Kushi Alawat, number 10, Ishika Chowdhury, number 6, Raspreet the Fox Sidhu, and number 3, Tavleen Kaur Bandal. Going up against the Kochi Stars for the third time in the final, number 6, Steffi the Albatross Nixon, number 5, Kanishka Dev, number 77, Divyani Gangwal, and number 10, Vandana Arya. Like I said before, 3 times they have gone up against each other. 2 times Delhi have come out on top, but in the third time Kochi Stars beat the Delhi Divas, and that was in round 4. And in round 5, Kochi Stars did not even make the final, and that honor was taken by Ludhiana Queens, who got eliminated in the semi-final. But today is another day, and the history between these two teams has been quite intense ever since this round started. In fact, this league started this year because they had a couple of overtime games, and both those overtime games, it was Kochi that managed to pull off that victory, and that too, the damage was done by Steffi the Albatross Nixon, who managed to pick up a couple of fouls and make sure that she sank those 2 resulting free throws and iced Delhi out of competition. That was how intense this was. And today, both teams have a full roster. The technical and tactical team Delhi and the team Kochi Stars, who play with their hearts on the line and do everything possible to see if they can get the ball to Steffi. They're heavily reliant on Steffi, but every other player on the squad also knows it is their duty to make sure that they contribute as such, to make sure that the team wins. That is what this is all about. Let's see which of these two teams is hungrier and who is going to walk away with that Champions Trophy. And on the floor, Ishika, Kushi and Raspreet for Delhi. And we have Steffi, Divyani and Kanishka for the Kochi Stars. Setting up a screen there, but while the screen is being set, this is pretty much the game happening on one side. Kanishka there loses her balance. Ishika with the ball. Ishika to Raspreet. Raspreet spins, turns. not able to make it, and the ball almost lost by Steffi. She's hustled under the board, but Divyani Gangwal drops it to Steffi. 3 seconds out. A 3-second violation has been called. The play, there was action, so I'm a little confused about where that came from, but it is what it is. 9 minutes 35 on the clock. Raspreet takes it to the hoop and defended by Divyani. She draws a foul. So Raspreet will go to a free throw line. This game begins with the free throw for Raspreet. Will this free throw add a point to the Diva score? And that's how they start their scoring, with that free throw. Divyani. Hesitation moves. Ball stripped by Raspreet. It's a Kochi Stars ball. Kanishka. Tavleen pulls down the rebound and takes it out for the Divas. Setting a screen, dropping it to the open man, that's Kushi. And Kushi picks up the second point for the Divas. Dropping it inside to Steffi is Kanishka there. Steffi turns around in traffic and lays one off the glass, picking up the first point for the Stars. Tavleen Mandal with the ball, and she will go all the way in. But man out of bounds, that's what it is. So it is going to be Kochi Stars ball. A quick change there. Ishika comes in for Tavleen. Divyani will begin the play for the Kochi Stars to Steffi. Steffi is guarded by Ishika. Out to Kanishka Dir. She couldn't sink that, and Divyani has the ball, gives it to Kochi Steffi, but she loses it. Once again picked up by the Stars. Kanishka there for a jumper. Yes, this one's good. Ishika to Raspreet. Raspreet for a 2. In and out. Not quite able to hold the ball. The ball is out of bounds, but they say it went off Kushi's hands, and she's disappointed with that call. Tavleen checks in for Kushi. Splitting the defense and taking it to the hoop is Divyani Gangwal. A layup for her. Third point for the Stars. They lead by 1. Raspreet this time with the ball. Drops it to Tavleen. Tavleen off the glass. Couldn't make it. Divyani pulls down the rebound. Almost loses it. A hustling play there by Tavleen. Ball is out of bounds. Ishika gives it to Raspreet. Raspreet guarded by Divyani. Spins the other way. Takes it to the hoop. A nice finger roll there. Fetches them the third point. First one for Raspreet. Scores are level. 7:46 on the clock. And this is Steffi, who tries to attempt a throw, and she gets fouled in the process. Now she will take a free throw. Seven minutes 43 to determine the champion of this season. Steffi misses that, and the rebound pulled down by Tavleen. Bundle for Delhi Divas once again with Raspreet. Raspreet back again to Tavleen. Tavleen tries to take it inside, but no, she will give it to Kushi. Kushi goes all the way in and lays one off the glass. Picks up the fourth point for the Divas and giving them a 1-point lead with 7:28 on the clock. Both teams have one foul each, and it is now time for a for the Kochi Stars to make sure that they pick up a few points of their own. It seems like they are a little stagnant for a bit now. And Steffi has been called for a foul for staving off her opponent. Ishika. Devyani Gangwal for the Stars. Spotting up, but no, she's going to give it to Vandana Arya. Vandana missing it. Saved, but Tavleen is the one who had the save, and she picks it off from Tavleen's hands. Devyani hustling there, doing the scut work for her team. Pulls up for a jumper, and she does it. That's 4 points to the Kochi Stars. Leveling score, 6:45 on the clock. Ishika tries to drop it inside to Kushi. Kushi pulls back and sinks one. That is Steffi in reply, adding another one. Scores level again. Ishika tries to find the open man in Tavleen inside. This time Kushi is free, and that jumper is as good as any. 6 point for the Divas. Steffi turns around in traffic, picks up a foul in the process, and she will go to the free throw line. And that's a timeout, 6 minutes 18 on the clock. The Divas have a 1 point lead. Steffi missing that one, and definitely she's going to be wondering how that happened, because she's not someone who misses like that easily. Second free throw, which Steffi has missed today. Dropping it in the traffic to Steffi, and that was taken away by Raspreet. Raspreet spinning, turning, splitting the defense, and to the hoop she finds herself. And that is a 7th point for Delhi Divas. Devyani Gangwal for a 2. This one's good. Both teams level once again. Raspreet pulls up for a 2, in and out. But Kanishka Dir has the rebound for the Stars. Will go inside. No, but she will pull up for a jumper completely off target. And this is Tavleen Mandal with the ball for the Divas. Back again to Raspreet. Raspreet open for a 2. And she tries to take advantage of that, and she loses the ball there. That is Steffi. Tavleen had another opportunity. She couldn't. But it is Kushi this time making that one for the Divas. Devyani. Great move, but unable to finish. Back again to Kushi. And a jumper that's clean. Done and dusted. Attempting a 2. Devyani, they now lead by 2 points, the Delhi Divas. Kushi turns around. That's a 10th point coming for the Divas. All of a sudden, the Stars are trailing by 3. Turning around in traffic is Steffi. Hustling defense by the Delhi Divas. They know what needs to be done to make sure that Steffi doesn't get those easy look buckets. Double teaming every time Steffi gets a ball. It's not been easy for them because they know how reliant the Kochi Stars are on Steffi, and making sure that that passing lane is cut off or that shooting position is taken away from Steffi. And that's a timeout with 4:46 on the clock. The Delhi Divas are up by 3. Definitely the Kochi Stars must do something much more than what they're doing right now to claw back into this game and make this a game and a half. But right now, Delhi seems to be putting all the pressure and keeping things under their thumbs and controlling this game. Kushi will sit out for a bit and Tavleen Bundle checks in, as has Ishika and Raspreet. Kanishka, Divyani and Steffi inside for the Stars. And a jumper for Raspreet is good. 11 points for the Divas. Steffi with the ball. Tries to give it to open man Kanishka. Kanishka takes it out and she will drop it back inside to Steffi. Steffi turns around and one off the glass. And one for her. She has drawn a foul in the process. And Steffi will have to hold her nerves and sink this one, because these missed free throws are going to cost this team dearly. And they already have lost a couple of free throws that came their way. Steffi's third opportunity now. Yes, this one's good. That's a 9 point for the Stars. They trail by just 2. It's a 1-possession ball game as of now. But can they claw their way back? Can they pick it up? They have to pick up the pace. And this is Ishika, who was left unchallenged after a certain point by Kanishka there. Kanishka couldn't keep up with her pace. She cannot afford to do this and allow her to break free and take her to the hoop. Hustling defense there by Raspreet for Delhi Divas. Raspreet. It's the front of the ring and the ball rebounded. This time off Steffi's hands. It dropped into Kushi's hands. Kushi picked up the 13th point. Steffi in traffic, struggling there. She's double teamed. Vandana Arya for a 2. And yes, once again, they are down by just 2. Steffi wasn't too close to pick it up, but Vandana Arya made sure she got the rebound, and the pass was way too deep and Steffi couldn't move fast enough to pick that up. 3 minutes 37 on the clock, and this is a timeout. Leading by 2, the Delhi Divas are still controlling the game. Both teams have notched up a few fouls on the board, but nothing to be alarmed of at this point in time. Raspreet once again taking it to the hoop. A little short this time. Steffi pulls down the rebound, gives it to Vandana Arya, gets it back, almost losing it. Kushi Alawat made sure she had that steal, picked Steffi's pockets clean, and this is Raspreet with an opportunity, but this is an air ball. A little bit of footwork would have gone a long way for Steffi to have held that ball. It is that she overreached for it and Kushi took advantage and stripped her of that possession. Divyani tries to go in traffic, but Tavleen Bundle was there to stop and block her. But a foul has been called, and Kushi Alawat will go to the bench, and in comes Ishika, dropping it inside the open man, but Raspreet read the play early and quickly made sure that she had the interception. And this is Ishika for a jumper, not able to make it. Vandana Arya with the rebound for Kochi Stars. Divyani now spins, turns, gives it to Steffi. Steffi way off. She's not in her comfort zone at all and rushed off that attempt. 2:53 and the ball possession is going to be with Delhi. Definitely Kochi Stars will have to find themselves in better position to take a much wiser shot selection, or all these opportunities are going to be wasted. And that is Raspreet turning, going inside and drawing a foul. There's ample time on the clock. All the Kochi Stars need to do is regroup and do something about it. Start hustling and picking the right shot selection. That makes a huge difference. Steffi is not in her comfort zone at all, but fighting a lone and tough battle is Divyani, trying to sink those twos and picking up those ones. Dropping it inside to Tavleen. Tavleen off the glass, high off the glass, but it was effective enough to give them the 14th point. Delhi Divas are up by 3. A wayward attempt by Kanishka Dir. This is exactly what we're talking about. They should at least try to draw those fouls and make their opportunities a lot better than they have right now. And Raspreet, one more foul she picks up and she will go to the free throw line. She is making the best use of the opportunities that the Kochi Stars are providing. Both teams have 4 fouls apiece, but it is where they are picking up the fouls that is making all the difference. And Raspreet is making sure that she picks them all off when she goes for those attempts from close by. 15th point for the Divas. Now this is, yes, Divyani with the scoop layup there. Ishika pulls back, gives it inside to Kushi. Kushi to the hoop. And she draws a foul. Minute and 53 remain. The Delhi Divas are up by 3. And that is Divyani with a hook shot there. 13 points to them, just down by 2. Dropping it inside to the open man. That is Tavleen with that assist to Kushi, was cutting in. An easy look for Kushi. This time Steffi in traffic, but she couldn't quite finish that one. Raspreet brings out the ball. 3-point difference. Raspreet to the hoop. Missing it, but Steffi pulls down the rebound. As soon as she pulls down the rebound, Raspreet is there to pounce on her and try to pick that ball off her hands. Great defensive efforts by the Divas. The Delhi Divas look like they are completely in control of the situation, hustling for every play and making sure every shot attempt matters. That's what they are doing. You can hear the support that they are receiving from the crowd. Let's go, Delhi are the chants. Kochi Stars must do definitely something, they must do to change this. And Steffi is out of bounds right now. Back again to Raspreet. Raspreet for an open 2. Picks up the rebound, spins inside, gives it out to Ishika. Ishika for a 2. Ball rebounded. Raspreet was there to pick it up and put it. In fact, Raspreet was behind Divyani, but she made sure she got into position to put one back and pick up the 17th point. And turning inside, Divyani loses it. It's a hustle there for the ball possession. 43 seconds on the clock and the Divas are up by 4. Raspreet having a few words with the referee and not agreeing with what he's saying. She loses the ball. Raspreet with the ball. That's Divyani who lost it. Dropping it inside to Ishika, but this time Kanishka was there to pick it up. And Divyani splitting, going inside, gives it to open man Kanishka. Kanishka with the 14th point for them. Ishika with the ball, 25 seconds on the clock. Ishika, Tavleen is open inside, and can she make it? She loses the ball, 19 seconds. Down by 3. This is going to be Kochi Stars ball. They will quickly need to put up a couple of twos if they have to take this away or equalize it. They need 2 and 1. Divyani, great pressure defense there by the Delhi Divas, and that's Divyani forcing an attempt. 9 seconds on the clock in fact, and Divas are up by 3. This game looks done almost. Raspreet will try to play out the time. There's enough time, and that will be the end of the final buzzer. Yes, the Delhi Divas have pulled off a stupendous victory against the Kochi Stars. 17-14 is the score, and they have clinically executed their plan to perfection and made sure that the Kochi Stars found it difficult all the way and did not make it easy for them at any point in time. So Delhi Divas are the champions of round 6 as well, and Kochi Stars will pick up a runners-up check now. But we will have a lot of exciting moments coming up after this, especially for the prize distribution. And the Delhi Divas will celebrate in style. They have stayed together, stayed strong, and made sure that they did well for themselves. And these are the highlights of the game.
Seconds. 15, 1-5. Ready? Ready though?
And the final score, Delhi Divas have pulled off another victory, and they have beaten Kochi Stars 17-14 in round 6. And they are the champions of this round. Let's go over to Rishi. He will take us through the presentation ceremony.
What a season we have had for the Women's League. What a final we have had. That was the finals of Women's League at 3BL Season 3. Can I have a round of applause for everybody who made this possible? And along with that, as your claps are going, I'm going to thank the sponsors one last time for Women's League at 3BL Season 3. Starting with our hospitality and venue partner, Wyndham Chandigarh Mohali, radio partner, MyFM 94.3, apparel partner, Nivea, energy drink partner, Red Bull, medical partner, Fortis Hospitals Mohali, name partner, Boxer Singh Sports Worldwide Private Limited. Special thanks to BFI and FIBA for the officials, the scorekeeper, and the referees. Event partner, Creators Marketing Solutions Private Limited. Can I have a round of applause for all the sponsors, please? Thank you. It is now time for the final presentation ceremony from the Women's League at 3BL Season 3. And what a day we have had. We have had a runner-up, and we have had the champions who are going to clinch this beautiful trophy right here next to me. But before we begin the presentation ceremony, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to invite one person who's been like the backbone of this league, and her support has been tremendous. She is actually the true ambassador and the inspiration behind the Women's League. Please put your hands together and welcome the 3BL director, Mrs. Prerna Sharma, everybody. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Mrs. Prerna Sharma is right here. Before we begin the presentation ceremony, I would like to thank you for whatever you've done for this league, and also a few words from you, ma'am.
Good morning, everyone. I'm sorry, I'm a bit emotional. I have no idea why, but this feeling is unspeakable of. I want to thank each one of you for being here, for giving your best. What I have learned about 3x3, it's not about being quick and strong. It's more about giving your heart to the game. And you have given your heart to the game. These young players we picked, we selected from tryouts, have proved to be the heart of this league. And our players like Raspreet, Anita, Geetu, Steffi have proved to be the soul of this league. You know, I am so happy seeing these young girls follow and believing in their team leaders and giving them a chance to lead them. You've already halfway in becoming the great players when you have believed in these people. You know, it's always about the team, not about the hero. You know, I am proud of Rohit Bakshi, proud of myself, proud of 3BL for doing this. You know, we'll keep on providing the platform we did. You keep on getting better and keep on standing up for the game. It's all about the game. It is all about the game, right? And I said it at the conference, I'll say it again. We have 6 teams now. We'll have 12 teams in next season. Yes. And I am proud of each one of you. I can't be more happy. This is the best moment. You know, thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Big round of applause for our 3BL director, Mrs. Prerna Sharma, everybody. What an inspiration. Led by an example, and now it is time to give away the runners-up for Women's League of 3BL Season 3. What a run they've had. What a moment this is for them. Lots and lots of memories, lots and lots of emotions. Put your hands together and please welcome the runners-up of Women's League 3BL Season 3, Team Kochi Stars! Good job, good job, good job. Congratulations, Team Kochi Stars. You will be known for the rest of the year until next season as the runners-up of the finale of 3BL Women's League here in Chandigarh. Congratulations. Big round of applause for Team Kochi Stars, everybody. I would request Mrs. Sharma to please give away the medals to the runners-up. Big round of applause. Please let the claps not stop, as these young players have made something possible which was a dream seen by this extremely strong couple, Mr. Bakshi and Mrs. Sharma. This is insane. Congratulations, congratulations. I'm quickly going to have a chat with the captain, Steffi Nixon. Please stay back, Steffi. That's right. First of all, congratulations. You've done a great job. The runners-up for the Women's League. I'm sure you definitely wanted to clinch the championship, but it didn't go your way. But congratulations. You should be happy. How happy are you?
Yes. First of all, thanks to 3BL for giving opportunity given to us. And it's part of the game, winning or losing. It doesn't matter. It's okay. Next time, we'll do our best. Yeah, our team is very good. It's okay. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Enjoy this moment. Congratulations once again. Steffi Nixon, everybody from Kochi Stars. What a legend. I would invite Mrs. Prerna Sharma to please join me back. And it is now time to give away and announce the champions for the Women's League at 3BL Season 3. And I know there's going to be a lot of screaming happening. Please put your hands together and welcome the champions, Team Delhi Divas! Congratulations to this unstoppable team. Good job, girls. Well done. Congratulations, well deserved. First, you get your medals, you get the check, and that's when you'll have the trophy. This is the moment. Can I have a round of applause, everybody, for the champions? What a run they've had for all the 6 rounds. They were bruised. They fell, they crawled, they bleeded, but they've got it. And it's all worth it now. Look at those smiles, ladies and gentlemen. That's all worth it. I would request Mr. Sharma to please give away this is the moment. The champions, Team Delhi Divas. What a moment this is. What a moment. Congratulations. Yes. Please, we will be giving away the champions, the finale champions check. You want to keep the trophy in the front? Yes, we can do. And now, you get something extremely special. Mrs. Prerna Sharma, I would request you to give them the very special and the exclusive, never seen before trophy. Team Delhi Divas, I know that your world is all about basketball, and that is the reason you're going to get this customized Champions Trophy. Basketball is your world, and that's how you're going to get this. Congratulations. Thank you. And I'm going to ask everyone to please stay back. I'm going to have a chat with all of you. The champions, please stay back. Ishika, tera hi hai wo. All right. Starting with Tavleen. Tavleen, congratulations. Well done. How do you feel?
How do you think?
I think you deserve it. You're the happiest. This is the first time in 6 rounds someone has asked me a question. Definitely she's on cloud 9. Good job done. You want to host with me next year?
Sure, why not?
Yeah, let's do that. That's right. So congratulations. This feeling, share the feeling. What are you going through? Lots of emotions right now.
It's a lot of emotions, but as you can see, the main one would be happy. But we worked so hard to get here, and without Raspreeti and our entire team and the entire cheering squad, none of this would have been possible. So a big round of applause for all of you guys.
Well done, well done. Kushi, can I please have you ahead? Kushi, congratulations. You've been a star on the court, and off the court, you're always smiling, just like your name. That's what I say. I gave her the tag. She's the one who's always smiling, just like your name. And you have now the reason to smile for a long, long time. How do you feel?
It feels amazing.
She can't even talk. She's literally blushing. Kuchi, I want you to sum up your experience from day one to round number 6 and winning the championship. What's it like?
We wanted it and we got it. That's all I want to say.
Well done. Congratulations. Good job done. Ishika, big round of applause for this brave soul. I think she's one of the most bravest females I've ever met. What a champ you are. And I like to call her the stubborn kid. She is so ziddy. We asked her not to play, but how do you feel now? It's all worth it?
Of course it is. It always has been. I would have played anyways. So.
For sure you would have. You wouldn't listen to any one of us. I want to ask you, from that moment you knew that, you're going to be a part of 3BL's Women's League Season 3, and now you'll be known as the champions. You're crowned the champions. How's this journey been so far for you?
It's been great, unexpected, and I just feel lovely to be here with my team. It's just great, and can't speak right now, so.
She's all teary-eyed, but good job. Congratulations, Ishika. Well done, well deserved. Congratulations. And before we finish the presentation ceremony and I take one more interview, I'm going to hold that. I'm going to hold that for obvious reasons. It is now time to present the final award for Women's League 3BL season. It is known as the MVP. And to do that, I'm going to invite the man who had this vision. 3BL was his baby. He got the sport in India to the players for a bright, bright future. And this platform, it took him ages and years to plan. He faced a million obstacles. He did a lot of hard work. He sacrificed a lot. Please put your hands together for the one and only who made this possible. The Commissioner, Mr. Rohit Bakshi, everybody. Welcome, sir. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for doing this. And it is time that our Commissioner, Mr. Rohit Bakshi, it's hard, but it is possible, and that is the pure example. He led by an example. I'm going to give you the mic just to speak a few words.
Thank you, Rishi. To all the girls, जो भी आज यहाँ पे आए हैं, जो इन्होंने खेला है, it was a very hard schedule. हमने जब originally schedule बनाया था, it was back to back. We were really scared कि बहुत सारी injuries होंगी, people won't be able to do it. In the entire 3x3 universe, this has never been done in this format before. 3x3 has always been done on the weekend. They've always given players a week or 2 weeks to rest. But for this time, because of the COVID restrictions and because of the schedule that we had, these guys really pulled it off, and I'm really proud of all of you. For me, everyone is a winner. Team doesn't come with one person, but there's always a leader, and we still have to pick one MVP. For me, everyone is the MVP, but for the final, we would love to announce the Season 3 Women's MVP. He's good. Should I? Yeah? All right. Raspreet for a Season 3 MVP.
Many congratulations to this talented female who has made the whole country proud. Take pride in this. The finale MVP, Raspreet, everybody. Congratulations. Thank you so much, Mr. Bakshi. Thank you. Thank you. Do you want me to hold something? What a moment. Take pride in it, Raspreet. You've earned it. Well deserved. And before I take the final interview of the MVP. I just want to say a big thank you to the whole team, the whole crew. I want everybody to please applaud for the whole crew which has been working so hard behind the scenes, starting from the officials, the security, the camera crew, the production crew, the photographers, the sound, LED, everybody. I want to get two people on. Right, and there's a big announcement that is to be made. And for that, I'm going to invite once again Mr. Rohit Bakshi. Please come and join us. This is a big announcement, a big moment for all of you to know. This is a big surprise along with Mr. Bakshi. Mrs. Prerna Sharma is also here. What is it?
This is something we announced in the beginning of the season, and for the champion, our league doesn't end here. So the champion, there's a one more surprise for them. ये जो टीम जो जीती है, ये अब आपको अप्रैल 15, 16, 17, there is going to be an Asian Super League. They'll be participating. And once they win that championship, they have a challenger and they have still a world tour to play. Let's go, Delhi.
Congratulations, you girls are going international. Make us proud, and I'm sure you will. And I was saying that I need to thank two people. I want all of you to clap your hands for these two guys who've been working out their hearts out. Shivam Yadav and Richard Calco. We owe a lot to you. Dave, my man, I want everybody to give a big round of applause to these guys. Without them, this wouldn't have been possible. Yes. Raspreet, first of all, many congratulations. Well deserved. You've clinched the title, the champions, the finale MVP. How do you feel?
You know, it's very rare that I have no words, because I'm normally a speaker, but I have no words, Rishi. It's such an emotional moment. Last 2 years have been tough on, I think, all of us for some or the other reason, but it's been toughest on me. But I think I was giving up.
A lot of emotions right now, but you've always never taken the credit alone. You've always shared it with the team. You've spent so much time with these females. How do you feel about them now? What have they turned into as a player?
I think they are the MVPs. They are the MVPs. Why? Because, like Prerna said, I might want to take it forward from there. To be a leader, it's not easy. But to be believed a leader by your team is the most difficult thing. And I think they are my leaders. You know, they lead me. I feed on their energy. It's not always the other way around. So I think they are the best team ever I've been fortunate to play for in 20 years. So one of the best teams, hands down, doesn't want to give up. They want to bleed. They want to have stitches. Let me tell you, Ishika was told by the medical staff not to play because she's got stitches. And they said, you are on your own. I said, we are on our own. Because she said, I'm not giving up. That's what Delhi is all about. That's what Delhi Divas are all about. And I'm really grateful to 3BL on behalf of all the players here from the women's wing. I take opportunity to thank Rohit Bakshi and Prerna Sharma Bakshi to give us this platform, give my girls, give all the young girls a platform to come here and showcase. You know, I'm getting goosebumps, but this is what India needs. We need a stage. We don't need nothing else. We need a stage to showcase our talent, and that's what 3BL, that's what Rohit, that's what Prerna's got for us. But this wouldn't have been possible without officials being where they are and working day in and day out, and you. So a huge thank you to all and everyone. But last and not the least, it's Bobo. I think you wouldn't have seen me here. You wouldn't have seen me here if not for that man. He is the backbone. He did not let me leave.
I'm going to get him on the court. I'm going to get, what do you call him? Bobo? Brahmaditya, welcome. You are a true inspiration for what a support needs. This is amazing. Well done. Congratulations once again. And I'm going to leave that with the moment, with these girls. And I'm going to tell all of you, all the viewers, I want to thank all of you for watching us and being here with us. And this is not the end. This is where the Women's League 3BL Season 3 gets over. But today evening at 4 p.m., you're going to witness history in the making, because we have the Men's League in the finale. Today is the day you will see a lot more going down on this court. I want to thank all of you for watching and being a great support. Thank you so much. This is 3BL Season 3. My name is Rishiraj. Thank you for watching.